上海车展5大遗憾。
The Shanghai Auto Show had 5 major regrets. The first regret was that Lei Jun, the CEO of Xiaomi, brought the Xiaomi SU7 YU7 to the show, but it didn't make its debut at the event as expected. The official explanation was to ensure quality, but Xiaomi's first appearance at the Shanghai Auto Show was missing Lei Jun himself, which was a huge loss for the Xiaomi booth. The second regret was that Korean brands like Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis, as well as Chinese brand Geely, were absent from the show. This was the first time in 23 years that they skipped the event. The third regret was a complete absence of ultra-luxury brands like Lamborghini, Maserati, and Rolls-Royce. The ultra-luxury section of the show was left with just Bentley holding up the fort. Meanwhile, Chinese brands like BYD and Zunjie S848 saw huge order numbers, with over 10,000 for BYD's Yangwang and 2,000 from the Zunjie S848, raising the question, why didn't the ultra-luxury brands show up? The fourth regret was the disappearance of once promising electric vehicle brands like Geely and Neta from the show, leaving room for newcomers like Xiaomi. Harmony's Focus became the new darling of the event, highlighting the harsh competition in the electric vehicle sector. The auto show truly reflected the reality of this brutal elimination race. The fifth regret was a disjointed experience at the show. Some companies were more focused on attracting attention with flashy tech demos like flying robots and even selling phones rather than showcasing cars. We understand the need for a little hype, but over-promoting unrelated products seemed like a distraction for the main focus of the show, cars.
The 21st Shanghai International Auto Show took place from April 27th to May 2nd, 2025. Unlike previous years, the ultra-luxury brands that once occupied prime spots at the event were almost entirely absent. Bentley was the only one to participate, and its booth had moved from its usual central location to a more obscure corner, sparking much online discussion.
As
for the other brands, some were notably absent. The absence of brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rolls-Royce, and Bugatti made the event feel more like a big market than a prestigious car show. Only Porsche, with models like the 901 and the 550 Spider, managed to bring a sense of automotive culture. Seeing this, I almost cried.
我他妈真服了，上海车展又是70%多的新能源车。
It's clear that this year, over 70% of the cars at the show were electric vehicles. Brands like Hyundai, Kia, Peugeot, Citroën, Jaguar, Land Rover, and others skipped the event. For an A-class international auto show to have such a significant number of absences from global brands is shocking. Maybe in the future we should just hold electric car expos twice a year and leave out the non-electric vehicles altogether. The market for electric cars is truly overwhelming right now.
The absence of ultra-luxury brands at the 2025 Shanghai Auto Show can largely be attributed to a sharp decline in their sales in the Chinese market. As the cost of exhibiting at such an event is extremely high, the return on investment has become too low given the current economic downturn. Renting an indoor space can cost as much as 2,000 yuan per square meter. Sales of luxury cars priced above 1 million yuan have dropped by 53% in the first quarter of 2025 compared to the same period in 2024. This marks a stark contrast to the steady performance of the luxury market in the previous years, where the annual sales of vehicles in this price range had remained stable at around 20,000 units. In 2024, foreign ultra-luxury brands experienced a sharp decline in sales in China. Taking Ferrari as an example, the brand sold 1,162 cars in China last year, a 22% drop compared to the previous year. Despite global revenue of 6.67 billion euros, which is an 11.8% increase, and a net profit of 1.5 billion euros, up 21%, the impressive global performance couldn't mask the disappointment in the Chinese market. Maserati, another Italian luxury car brand, saw an even steeper drop in sales in China. According to the China Passenger Car Association, in 2017, 15,910 Maseratis were imported into China. By 2024, that number had fallen to just 1,228, a staggering 92% decrease, making it the most significant drop among ultra-luxury brands. Other brands like Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini, and Aston Martin also saw accelerated sales declines in China over the past past 2 years. Rolls-Royce's sales dropped by 12% in 2023, with a more significant 40% drop in 2024 and a 34% decline in the first 2 months of 2025. Aston Martin's sales decreased by 31% in 2023 and 44% in 2024. This sharp market contraction has naturally diminished the enthusiasm of ultra-luxury brands to participate in auto shows. The Shanghai Auto Show should be a great opportunity for car companies to showcase their strength and enhance their brand image. However, some marketing cases this year were quite surprising. Some brands were using questionable tactics, even resorting to lowbrow, attention-grabbing methods to attract visitors. One such example was newly launched flagship SUV, the Onvo L90. To showcase its large front trunk, NIO's chairman, Li Bin, personally demonstrated a scene where 2 people were sitting side by side fishing on the hood of the L90. The moment the fishing rod was cast, a wave of public backlash surged. This carefully crafted scene-based marketing triggered many criticism. Many questioned, how many fishing spots can you park like that? Wouldn't the car fall into the river if parked like that in the wild? Behind the fishing car spectacle, the reality of Onvo L90's disappointing sales couldn't be hidden. Li Bin and Onvo CEO Ai Tie-chung proudly announced that they had received a flood of orders. Ai Tie-chung even promised that the sales target would hit 20,000 units in March or he would resign. However, in March, only 4,820 units were sold, less than a quarter of the target. As a result, Ai Tie-chung resigned in early April, citing the failure to meet sales targets. When the fishing car became a hot topic, the undercurrent of NIO's 7-year cumulative losses, which exceed 100 billion yuan, also began to surface. According to NIO's Hong Kong stock market data, the net loss for the parent company from 2018 to 2024 was between 5 and 23 billion yuan annually. Over the past 7 years, NIO's total loss amounted to a staggering 109.3 billion yuan. As the second car built under the Onvo brand, the Onvo L90 is positioned as a pure electric large SUV, built on the NT 3.0 platform. When it was first revealed, it faced criticism from netizens due to its design, especially the split headlights at the front. Many felt the front design was overly complex, especially with a blacked-out strip running above the license plate frame. The side and rear designs were relatively well received, though, with less negative feedback.
这次上海车展有些车企是真的很
At the Shanghai Auto Show, some car companies were criticized for trying too hard to grab attention. Some brands invited models to the event to pose provocatively, surrounded by a crowd of men snapping pictures. Some brands even invited social media influencers from Shanghai to perform at the show. While it's clear that companies want exposure and traffic, it's important to remember that the right kind of attention is key. It's crucial to ensure that the traffic gain translates into positive brand value and trust. Having such distractions at the event might generate buzz, but it doesn't convey the right values to customers. It's essential to think about what kind of message you're sending and whether this aligns with the company's ability to produce quality products.
The 2025 Shanghai Auto Show also saw an ugly incident. Several vehicles on display at the Toyota booth, including the Prado and RAV4, were vandalized. Video showed the interiors of some vehicles being pressed and deformed, the paint scratched with sharp objects, and onlookers filming the destruction. Staff posted videos online expressing their shock.
At such a prestigious event, some people are actually daring to damage the exhibition cars for the sake of traffic. Can you believe it? This car was in perfect condition before the show, and now look at the damage. One clip showed the trim of a Prado being damaged, with a clip lost from the door seal, damage that could only have been caused by forceful tampering. Another clip showed a large section of trim coming off a RAV4. This kind of behavior has become a recurring issue at major car shows. It's important to note that Toyota, like other companies, has a legal department, and the public should understand the consequences of such actions.
Analysts suggest that the vandalism might stem from prejudice against Japanese brands, escalating into irrational acts of frustration. Most public opinion agrees that regardless of the motivation, damaging others' property is illegal, and there are calls to hold the perpetrators accountable while urging the auto show to enhance security measures.
It seems like we'll never surpass Toyota. Everyone's probably heard about what happened at the Shanghai Auto Show. Toyota's exhibition cars were violently damaged by someone, and then others added fuel to the fire, using hate to get attention. They even claimed that Toyota's internet army attacked them. I've been in the automotive media for over 10 years, and it's the first time I've heard of Toyota having an internet army. Industry insiders know the truth about these accusations. I call on Toyota to quickly establish a legal department to take legal action against these troublemakers. That should put an end to this.
The Shanghai Auto Show has had its share of incidents, with a video of a booth catching fire quickly spreading on social media. On April 29th, a fire broke out at the Beijing Automotive Group's ArcFox booth in Hall 2.5 at the Shanghai Auto Show. The fire reportedly originated from a display rack above the booth. Video footage showed visible flames and burning debris falling from the rack, with smoke quickly filling the area. The audience was startled and evacuated, while security personnel promptly used fire extinguishers to control the fire. The official cause of the fire has not been disclosed. Some commenters emphasized that it should be clarified that it was not a case of the car spontaneously combusting. This year, unlike in the past, Xiaomi's presence at the show was much more subdued. The company's booth was less conspicuous, with a smaller scale compared to other new energy brands. In Hall 6.2, Xiaomi only displayed the SU7 and SU7 Ultra models, and the much-anticipated YU7 model was absent. Some media sources revealed that Lei Jun, Xiaomi's CEO, had intended to attend but was unable to due to some recent issues surrounding Xiaomi. Xiaomi's automotive division has recently faced several challenges. The company was hit by two major storms, shattering its once positive image. One storm involved a fatal highway crash, and the other revolved around allegations of excessive working hours. Lei Jun, once known for his down-to-earth image, now stands at the center of the storm. On one side, there's the tragic loss of 3 young lives and a growing trust crisis in smart driving. On the other side, Xiaomi has been accused of demanding that employees work a minimum of 11.5 hours a day. The controversy intensified after a car accident involving a Xiaomi SU7 on March 29th, when 3 young female university students were driving on a highway. The vehicle, which was in NOA Smart Assisted Driving mode, encountered a complex construction zone. It crashed into a concrete barrier and caught fire, leading to the girls' deaths. The incident shocked the public. Soon after, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology convened a meeting with dozens of car manufacturers, emphasizing that exaggerated or false advertising should not be tolerated. This led to stricter regulations on smart driving, with many companies adjusting their market strategies and lowering the tone of their smart driving promotions. For a long time, Xiaomi has been criticized for lacking core technologies, a point Lei Jun has directly refuted since the company started making cars. However, after the accident, such doubts resurfaced. Just days after the crash, another controversy broke out when it was revealed that Xiaomi reportedly required its employees to work no less than 11.5 hours a day. This topic quickly trended on social media. To make matters worse, the pressure on Lei Jun continued to mount. On April 30th, Go champion Ke Jie criticized smart driving, calling it stupid and scary, and advised people to avoid using it if possible. He shared a frightening experience where the system suddenly exited the autonomous driving mode, almost causing an accident. During a live stream, Go champion Ke Jie expressed his concerns about current autonomous driving systems. He said, "I think it's best not to use autonomous driving if you can avoid it. Every time it scares me to death. I won't say which car maker's system it was." Ke Jie shared an experience he recently had on the highway. "I was driving in autonomous mode, following another car. Traffic in Beijing is always congested, and as we exited the freeway, there was a yellow speed bump ahead. I was driving along, and suddenly the car began shaking, signaling that it was about to exit autonomous mode. I asked, 'What do you mean by about to exit? Are you telling me that if I don't take control, you'll just crash into the speed bump?' He continued, 'It felt like the car was trying to kill me. If I had been a little drowsy, I would have trusted the system with my life, and it would have just crashed. What does about to exit even mean? I didn't do anything, and it was just about to exit. That really scared me.' Ke Jie admitted, 'I didn't dare use autonomous driving for many days after that. It's so dumb and scary. It can only be an assistive feature, not something you rely on for full autonomous driving. It's terrifying. If I had taken control more slowly, it would have crashed into the speed bump. My gosh, it's too scary.' After the incident went public, Xiaomi's stock price dropped by 2.3%, while its competitor Li Auto saw a 1.7% increase. On May 1st, Xiaomi's public relations manager Wang Hua responded by saying, "After verification, Mr. Ke Jie has not received his vehicle." This statement quickly topped Weibo's trending topics. The issue gained significant attention online, with the topic being read over 800 million times. The video clip of Ke Jie's livestream was viewed over 3 million times, and Xiaomi's official Weibo account lost 12,000 followers. Some netizens pointed out that Ke owns a Li Auto L9, a Porsche 911, and a Xiaomi SU7 Ultra. On February 28, 2025, Ke announced on social media that he had purchased Xiaomi's first mass-produced car. Despite Xiaomi's denial, many believe it was criticizing Xiaomi's smart driving system. Some critics pointed out that Chinese EV makers are overly promoting smart driving, driven by their business interests. Smart driving is the future, and the company that leads in this field will gain a competitive edge. But the key issue is that the technology isn't perfect yet. Is it really wise to push it before it's really ready?